We do not take what people say as a fact. We investigate, and we draw conclusions based on the evidence. And as children of the Most High, we are instructed never to bear any false witness against anybody. The media doesn't cover a lot of things that are true now. But does this mean we agree with everybody who goes against the mainstream media? No, because there are a lot of people who try to enter into the flock to devour from the inside. We was warned about this in the scripture. That is why on this channel, any claim that is made, I investigate and then present you with the evidence that I have found. A lot of channels create a narrative, and the majority of those people have a political agenda. Stay away from those people. Focus on the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Like Jesus himself said in John 8:32, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Jesus clarified who or what that truth is in John 14:6. Jesus saith unto him, "I am the way, the truth and the life, no man cometh unto the Father but by me." Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ of Nazareth has died for us. Now it's our turn to die for him. Welcome to your Hotspot channel. End Times News and Reality. In this upload, we are just scratching the surface of the evidence I have found on the theories of human cloning. If you are new to this channel, please remember to jump on subscribe, tackle the like, and tickle the bell to stay in the loop on all new uploads. Family, buckle up as you join me. Let's dive right in.
Like you see here at the front. Made out of real human tissue. We do that for immortality purposes, so to speak. See here, it's called a cortical stack. The cortical stack is implanted into the base of the neck, and all of your information, like where you're from, all your experiences, your emotion, who you know, are downloaded onto a DHF called Digital Human Frame. The DHF can then be transferred into one of our organically made sleeves of your choice, and you can basically have your conscious mind but in a different physical body. So our sleeves typically last 1 to 100 years. We do different facial features, different body structures, anything you like. The sleeve can do any physical function that you can do, like run, eat, sleep, breathe, burn, drown, anything you can think of, the sleeve can do. So before we go on to phase 2, where we talk about different modifications, do we have any questions? We come out February 2nd, and we're based in San Francisco.
So how do you... Correct? Yeah. Excellent. So you all just learned your cortical stack. Your consciousness can shift to any sleeve of your choice. Now we have some sample sleeves in the back, or you can choose the sleeve that you are in right now. Now we have modifications, enhancements of these sleeves. If you'd like to correct your vision or strengthen your body, we can produce that for you. Or you can choose from a 2018 Cadillac that Psychosect already produced sleeves. You have the option to choose between a man or woman sleeve. If you'd like to be a bit taller, a bit shorter, a bit darker, or a bit lighter, you can choose any ethnicity as you wish. Now, if your sleeve becomes damaged or too old for your liking, you can simply take your DHF, your consciousness, and shift it to another cortical stack of another sleeve of your choice. Now, you can think of these sleeves as luxury cars. Pick out your favorite make and model and take it for a spin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's many enhancements you can do to these sleeves. Gentlemen, many enhancements. Aha! Our final stage is a sleeve in storage. If you have a photograph or video camera, please don't forget to hashtag Psychosec. And if you're interested in this technology, we're releasing it February 2nd, 2018.
We have our presentation. This is Joel. He's one of our sleeves currently in storage. Please take lots of photos and you post on hashtag Psychosec. You may notice some moisture. That's an amniotic fluid that's being used to preserve his body while he's in storage. He has also attached a mask for nasal respiration, and the oral gastric tube is for nutrient delivery. Don't be shy if you'd like to come close and feel, see the detail he made. Just please be gentle so we don't bruise the body, but don't be shy. Please come close and feel. Don't be shy, please come closer.
Way bigger than I even anticipated. And now, I think we're gonna make part 2. I think you have to. I think you, like, have to. They kill you if you try to walk away, and they clone you.
Ambassador for Liquid Death Mountain Water. Apparently I didn't read the fine print, and now Liquid Death officially owns my soul. Wait, if you have my blood, that means you have my DNA. No clone.
Me está viendo, güey, me está viendo y me da miedo. Me está viendo, güey, me da miedo.
Kevin Hart's terrifying car crash back in September of 2019, TMZ reports that no one in the car that night has filed a lawsuit or been sued. On September 1st, Hart was a passenger in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda when the driver of the car, Hart's friend and producer Jared Black, lost control and crashed through some wooden fencing. It was just before 1 a.m. in Malibu, California. The blue Barracuda crashed about 10 feet off the road and into a ditch, leaving both men with major back injuries and landing Hart in the operating room for spinal surgery. He recently opened up about the aftermath of that crash in an interview with Men's Health. Went on to add, "I'm not trying to get back to where I was before. I want to do better than before. It's a resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself died in that moment, and this new version was born to understand and to do better. I'm glad this is coming now. I'm getting older. I'm 40. You know, this is when I'm supposed to start realizing this." That was his quote.
They're clones, stupid ass.
Damn, they look just like you.
It's the same exact person.
Even
down to the DNA. You know what DNA is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
DNA is digital necessary asset.
I always thought it was that. Now, what I need to know is we're going to break up into 2 groups. Who wants to be down with the Kill Kevin clone group? All right.
Wait,
I've been dreaming about killing Kevin for years.
Do you know how many hits I have if I kill Kevin on my single fans? Then Akira will be all mine. This nigga got to die.
Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was gonna say that. There's 2 of you.
Cat's out the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it.
So I'm able to do all that I do.
Heart. Oh, I can't wait to show you. Please step in. Now, I just want to warn you that we had to cut a few
You have
corners.
to explain it. Trust me, I know all that stuff we figured out. I just want to see it.
This secret ancient
Swift is really a clone of the High Priestess of the Church of Satan. Disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Just because I'm telling you guys this information doesn't mean that I believe this information myself. For years now, there have been rumors that Taylor Swift is actually a clone. These rumors started when people began realizing that Taylor Swift looks identical to the High Priestess of the Church of Satan, Zena LaVey. People have also compared photos of Zena holding a snake to this video of Taylor sitting in a throne surrounded by snakes. And people have also pointed out the fact that snakes can be a sign of the devil, which would explain how the snakes tie into this theory. They're even known to wear their hair in similar styles, and looking at these pictures side by side, they literally look like twins. And one of the most suspicious things to tie in with this conspiracy theory is the fact that Zena LaVey gave up her throne in the Church of Satan in the year 1989. And Taylor was born on December 13th, 1989.
These everywhere. You can't even straight androids. Wait, listen to what he say. What way to hide the truth from the joke?
I've never seen you. I know you sustain yourself on a diet that is basically Doritos, Fritos, and lobster with some red wine mixed in. I had all 4 yesterday. That's what I'm.
He wasn't.
Is Joe Biden actually a clone? There is a theory that the real Joe Biden actually passed away in 2019, and the person who currently holds the position of president is an imposter. Well, you see, people have started noticing major differences in the ears, nose, and chin of Joe Biden. past and present. Furthermore, his voice and mannerisms have also changed. Here are some videos of what's been going on. In the card game Illuminati, which has been known to predict major world events, there is an imposter card which shows a character resembling Joe Biden wearing a mask. Could it be possible that the elites are using an imposter to push their agenda? And
taking bone samples to clone rappers, with the artists in prison to silence their vision. Genetic copies going home after they look different. Eyes shifted, smile missing, skin lifted. It's scientific. If they can't control you, they erase the old. You get your duplication to enforce their message. They clone Gucci, clone Kodak, clone Eminem. He ain't rap since Encore. Know that cloning rappers when they overdose to keep.
Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings. Effective immediately, no federal agency may support, fund, or undertake such activity. Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds. That is why I am urging the entire scientific and medical community, every foundation, every university, every industry that supports work in this area, to heed the federal government's example. I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications of the latest advances. As we gain a fuller understanding of this technology, we must proceed not just with caution, but also with a conscience, by insisting that not a single taxpayer dollar supports human cloning, and by urging a moratorium on
They even got the Tyson.
I think you have my head on a stick. Oh my God. My son never looked so good. Oh my God.
Yo. Got that Kamala neck on there. There she go.
Just me, or what is this creature that doesn't breathe and has fish gills or something weird?
To themselves, babies conceived just so their body parts can be transplanted. Come with me into the scary new world of cloning. The nightmarish stuff of science fiction has suddenly become a reality. Behind those walls, there are people with the technology, the ability, and the desire to genetically engineer human embryos, to be the first in the world to successfully clone a human being.
Very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born. She was born yesterday at 11:55 a.m.
I'm sorry, yeah.
In the country where she was born. So this will not give you more details about the location. She's fine. We call her Eve.
Cloned is a private company. We founded that 4 years ago, got the fundings to really have lab last August. And so now we have 3 scientists working almost full-time in a lab here in the United States with the major goal for us to produce a human embryo by human cloning.
History, and the most controversial too. Within months, some scientists say they will have cloned a human baby. What was once thought impossible now seems unstoppable. In America, tiny human life forms are already being cloned for medical research. So is it only a matter of time before scientists take the final step? Now, you may greet this with awe or horror, but imagine a world where death could be cheated, where a lost child could be recreated, where children could recreate their dead parents. This week, Liz Hayes has been in America talking with the people determined to make history.
We are a part of history. It's forever. It will be like Adam and Eve. It's the first human being created through human cloning.
His name is Rael, and he heads a wealthy, well-organised religious sect whose faith is science, and whose ambition is to use existing technology to clone a human being. When do you anticipate we will see the first cloned human being?
We plan to have it ready to show the baby between 12 to 24 months.
In a matter of months, science fiction may become science fact. A world where we no longer create new babies, but recreate old ones over and over again.
It's huge. It will change everything in our society. It's not only the scientific aspect of creating life, but also the political, religious belief, sociology, everything is. We are entering a new world which is completely different. But there is no reason to...
A better world?
A much better world.
Rael is the leader of the French-Canadian-based Raelian movement, which believes that aliens created all life on Earth by cloning themselves.
They came on the Earth, built big laboratories, and inside these laboratories, through DNA and cloning, they did create all life on Earth. And this place is for the encounter between them and human beings.
But don't write off this man or his followers as just another loony sect. Just because their beliefs are a little off the planet doesn't mean they can't do what they say they're going to do. It's precisely because the Raelians are not constrained by the conventional ethics of science and society that they might just be the ones to pull it off.
I was speaking about cloning from 27 years ago. It's a long time. When I was talking in my public speech 27 years ago about we will soon clone human being, everybody was laughing. Then came Dolly the sheep, and now nobody is laughing anymore. Everybody is afraid, and we are laughing.
Cloning is not illegal in most states in America, and the Raelian movement has both the money and the scientific expertise.
Some people have been saying this is against the dignity of human being. And I'm saying I'm just doing a baby.
Professor Brigitte Bosselier is a biochemist and a follower of Rael. She runs a private company called Clonaid, where her scientists, she says, will be the first to clone a human. And couples are lining up to pay more than $200,000 for the procedure. How many people have you got waiting and wanting this?
More than 100. They are a huge number.
More than 100 people wanting to clone themselves?
I would say half and half. Half of them would like to clone themselves because that's the only way to have a baby. The other half are concerned by a dead child.
Is there any aspect to cloning that would make you say, this is not what I would like?
No, except the limitation of the numbers. If somebody very rich come and say, I want 100 clones of me, I think this is not acceptable.
Was there ever a time when you thought, I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do?
The only concern I have regarding this is, am I doing it right? In terms of science.
Only 4 years ago, we reported on the birth of Dolly, the cloned sheep. Dolly proved how relatively easy cloning is. All you do is this: remove the DNA from an egg, then replace it with DNA from the skin cell of another animal, and implant it into a surrogate mother. The result is an exact duplicate of the animal whose DNA was used. Since Dolly, many animals have been cloned. Now, if the Raelians have their way, it's our turn.
all the philosophical aspects and all the concern that people have, this, I'm very clear with that, because I do believe that I'm not harming anybody with this. And I think this could be very beneficial for humanity.
We support freedom in every field of life. Absolute freedom, with respect of other people, but absolute freedom. But also, very important for us is a respect of freedom of science. There must be absolutely no limit to science.
Should we be taking the Raelians seriously?
I think we should be taking anyone seriously that has scientists who are knowledgeable in this area and the means, the money to be able to do this. Yes.
Pediatrician Dr. Arturo Brito sat on President Bill Clinton's National Bioethics Commission, which looked at the ethical and scientific dilemmas of human cloning. The major problem, he says, is we just don't know how cloned babies will turn out. They may be deformed or stillborn, or may develop significant problems in later life.
There are many things we don't know about what happens with cloning that may make this child, who looks perfectly healthy, have many problems later on down the line. And we're just talking about biological or at the medical level. We're not talking about even at the psychological level. But at the medical level, we don't know what problems can happen, because a clone would have a cell or genes that are actually older than the way a child is produced from a natural process of fertilization.
Nonetheless, in America, scientists are already cloning body parts. This is a human bladder, made of real-life human bladder cells. Even more extraordinary, scientists are already growing human clones. For ethical reasons, this American lab stops their growth at 14 days, just before the microscopic clones develop a spinal cord. But it would be very easy to go one step further and create a human. All scientists have to do is implant an embryonic clone into a woman's womb and let it grow full term. And that's exactly what the Raelians are planning. The first cloned human being, you hope, will be that from a baby who died.
Right, so this baby died about 2 years ago, and they had the chance to preserve the cell before the death, so we were able to get sampling that are useful, and so we hope to have this baby as the first clone baby.
Professor Bosselier is protecting the identity of the parents involved, but says they are determined to recreate their dead child, whatever the cost.
I think inside of them they want to conceive the child again and go back to zero with that set of genes.
So they want to recreate
They want to have this child back.
But you can't really do that. You can get a baby that looks just like
It will just,
the dead
it
baby.
will looks like, yes.
But you will never actually get the dead child.
I think that's a kind of hypocrisy that many people ask this question. And they say, it will never be the same. So what is the problem if it was the same? You know, they cannot say at the same time, you are cloning, it's terrible, it's the same, it's against biodiversity, and at the same time say, it will not be the same. So there's no problem.
But the problem is for those people who think they are getting that
It
child.
will be the same. Physically, the hardware, if you like, will be the same.
I don't think anyone can tell you for certain that what looks normal at birth is going to be normal later on. The main concern right now for the Raelians or anyone else are the safety issues. And until those are worked out, there really should be no type of cloning, because what you're going to do are create embryos and fetuses and potentially live children that are going to have major medical problems.
Their concerns the Raelians dismiss, and their cloning attempt is well underway. Apart from the scientific work, they have 50 potential surrogate mothers lined up to bear the first human clone.
We hope to have the first embryo by sometimes in March. Since we want to check everything, we'll see.
But it's looking close?
It is very close, yeah.
The final hurdle being what? Just perfection?
Yes.
If I were cloned, my clone would be my daughter and my twin sister. And that would be just the first hurdle. it seems the physical concerns are even greater. For example, it took more than 200 attempts to create Dolly, the cloned sheep. And nobody knows how many human embryos it would take to create just one child. The rate of abnormality in animal clones is very, very high. Just about all have been enormous in size, with navels 3 times larger than normal. So, when and if a human clone is born, the problems may just be starting.
Dead baby's identity. I'm very confident about that, because if you educate that child, telling him that he's the twin of a dead brother, I don't see any problem.
Are you worried at all about the psychological effect?
There is absolutely no problem with that. It's, people want to find problems, so they try to imagine problems.
But those problems could exist. You can't deny that.
It's the same thing happened with Louise Brown, the first test tube baby. People say, oh, this child will be so special, it will be a burden for her, she will be a monster, it will create psychological imbalance. She's perfectly normal and have a beautiful life.
But Louise wasn't there to take the place of a dead child.
No, but she was very special. She's the first test tube baby.
In a very real sense, we are doing away with Mother Nature. Creating children in our own image, our exact image, from cells of those who have already been born. We are manipulating the cycle of life.
I'm not saying I'm totally against this. I'm totally against it right now, at this point in time with what we know. I think we have to start considering what the implications for us as a society, the world society, are when we start progressing in any step, anything we do with science, what the implications are.
I guess it gets down to people believing that we're playing God. But you don't believe in God.
There is no God. There is no God, so we are playing intelligent human being.
Some people think you're mad for doing it.
Yep.
But you're prepared to wear that.
Yes, I am.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thanks for watching.
Well, family, like I said, I'm just scratching the surface of the evidence I have found on the theories of human cloning out there. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop on new episodes of the series Scratching the Surface. Family, thank you for watching. Till next time, stay alert, stay aware, don't be scared, and always be prepared. I love you all, and peace out.